Go. Welcome to another episode of Talkin' Fight.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Talking Fight. Here we are with Neil Deal. Thank you very much for joining us, Globe Nation. Fuck, this is great, fantastic stuff. I understand our conversation about the Japanese fighters last night went through the roof. What do you got for us tonight, Neil?
Hey, how you doing, Graham? Nice to see you. I see you're out in the community today. That's interesting. You're looking good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a Cuban-American boxer. His name is Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara. They call him the American Dream, even though he's from Cuba. And he was born April 11th, 1983. Makes him 38 years old. 38 years old. So he's pretty old for a fighter. He's been around quite a long time. And he's from Guantanamo, Cuba, originally. He now fights out of the United States. So he's fought in two divisions. He fought in the light middleweight division and middleweight division. Now, light middleweight can also be super welterweight. So either one of those, and middleweight. So he's ranked second best active super welterweight by Ring Magazine and third best by BoxRec. I guess we lost Graham there. He disappeared. And he is the current WBA middleweight champion of the world, as well as the WBA super welterweight champion of the world. Now, he is known for his excellent defense, guys. Thanks for coming out and checking out the show. He also has great footwork. He's very slick, very elusive fighter, and smart and very skillful within the ring. He's a very smart and skillful fighter. Any of his fights, when you see him, you'll know he's not the biggest. I would say the biggest puncher. He does have some punching power, but he definitely knows how to use his best tools to his advantage, and one of them is his counter punching and his defense. Now, as an amateur, he had a number of amateur fights because he's in Cuba. They can't go pro. So let's go over his amateur totals. He had 330 bouts, of which he won 320. 320 wins out of 330. That's amazing. And then that gives him only 10 losses. And that was he was fighting as a welterweight back then too, when he was an amateur. Uh, in 2005, he was named the captain of Cuban's national amateur team. So that was a big thing for him when he was younger. And also in 2005, as an amateur, he won the silver medal at the World Cup. He also won a gold medal at the World Championships for Cuba. This is all representing Cuba. And in 2006, he won the gold medal at the Central Americas and Caribbean Games. So he did really well at that. A couple of golds. He also won 3 Cuban national championships from 2005 to 2007. So he really represented his country well. And I've been watching him the last bunch of years with a lot of his title fights, and he's a really exciting fighter, and I really like him. So he defected from Cuba, I believe, in 2008. He originally, I guess, went to Mexico. Somehow he got to Mexico, then he went to Germany, and then eventually now he's in the United States. So good for him. He's pro totals go like this. He has 34 bouts, of which he has 28 wins. Fantastic pro totals. He has 3 losses and 3 draws. So he's got 16 KOs out of the 28 wins, and that gives him a knockout percentage of 47%. Not bad. Like I said, he doesn't have amazing knockout power, but he can knock guys out. And in his most recent fight, we'll talk about that in a little bit here. He definitely showed that knockout power. He definitely showed it. So the only I was gonna say too, the only 3 losses that he had, he's never been stopped as a fighter. He's never been stopped in a fight. So they went the distance, and he lost by either unanimous decision, split decision, something of that sort, or a draw. And that's pretty impressive. So nobody's ever stopped him. He turned pro in 2009 and has fought the best of the best in all the divisions over the years. As far as I can see, he's fought numbers and numbers of world champions, guys. He's always in against a really, really tough opponent, and yet he's a world champion himself, and he holds his own really well. Some of the guys that he's had epic battles against that I watched and I really liked were the fights were against Carlos Molina, was a fantastic fight. Austin Trout was a great fight as well. Again, Canelo Alvarez, he fought Canelo, and that was an amazing fight. Jarrett Hurd, that was an amazing fight as well. In 2018, he fought Jarrett Hurd for Hurd's IBF titles, and that fight was named Fight of the Year in 2018. So check that one out. Erislandy Lara versus Jarrett Hurd, fantastic fight. He also fought Brian Castano, to just name a few guys. So any of those fights, guys, would be amazing if you guys want to check them out. Now he has won a bunch of belts over his career, so we'll just go over that. In June 2013, he won the WBA interim super welterweight title. In June 2015, he won the IBO super middleweight title. August 2019, he won the WBA super welterweight title. And in May, just recently, May 2021, it was about, 10, 11 days ago, he won the WBA middleweight title. So he is a two-title champion right now with the WBA super welterweight title and the WBA middleweight title. Now, also in that fight, I believe it was May 1st, just a couple of 10 days ago or something, he fought a guy named Thomas Lamana, and he knocked him out in round 1 to win the title. So that's an interesting fight you might want to watch. It didn't last that long, but hey, you know, 1 round. He basically made quick work of Lamana, which was I was surprised because I thought Lamana would give him a little bit of a go, but not at all. He got knocked out instantly. So future fights, we'll talk about that. Now that he's moved up to middleweight or even super welterweight, he's looking for some big paydays now, and he's got guys like Triple G. He could fight Triple G. He could fight Demetrius Andrade, or maybe even Jamal Charlo. So we'll just have to see what happens with him. And going forward, guys, keep your eyes out for Erislandy Lara. He's been a fantastic fighter over the years, and I've really enjoyed him. I hope you guys will too. And he doesn't have any scheduled fights as of yet, but like I said, keep your eyes out for him, and I'm sure he'll be fighting soon. So take care. Thanks a lot for the likes, the shares, the subscriptions, all the stuff, guys. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, take care. Have yourselves a good evening.